Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Ashley, and I am so happy you are here with us today. We have an incredibly practical lesson for you right now, and honestly, the timing could not be more perfect.
And I'm Austin, and I just want to say this is the best possible topic we could have chosen today because I have not eaten since last night, and I am absolutely starving.
He has been saying that since we started recording. Austin, we have a whole lesson to get through first. Today, we are teaching you how to order food and eat out in English, real conversation practice, and for anyone preparing for IELTS. Eating out and describing food experiences comes up more often than you might think in the speaking exam. So this lesson is for travelers, for anyone living or working in an English-speaking country, for IELTS candidates, and honestly, for anyone who has ever stared at a menu in an English restaurant and had absolutely no idea what to say.
This is so real though, because you walk in, someone looks at you, and your brain completely forgets every single English word it has ever stored. It just goes blank.
And we are going to fix it completely today. Let's start right at the beginning. You walk into a restaurant. You haven't booked a table. What is the very first thing you say?
Okay, so I would probably just walk up and say, 2 people, and then hope they understood what I meant.
Exactly, and that works perfectly well. But there are some more natural and polished ways to say it. The most natural phrase is, table for 2, please, or if there are more people, table for 4, please. Simple, clear, and completely natural. You can also say, hi, do you have a table available for 2? Or even more casually, hi there, it's just the 2 of us tonight.
Oh, that is so much better. Table for 2, please. That sounds so calm and natural. I've definitely done the awkward pointing at myself and my friend thing before.
Yes, and if you did make a reservation in advance, you say, hi, I have a reservation under the name, and then your name, or, I booked a table for 7 o'clock. The name is, that phrase, I have a reservation under, is essential. Write that one down.
I have done exactly this. I once stood at a restaurant door for about 45 seconds, trying to remember the word reservation. I ended up just saying, I booked, with a question mark. It was not my finest moment.
That is a very specific fear. Yes.
Can you actually ask for a specific table? Like, is that okay to do?
Good question. You ask politely by saying, could we have a table by the window? Or, would it be possible to sit outside? Or even, we'd prefer something a little quieter, if that's possible. The key word is could, or, would it be possible? Never demand, always ask with could or would.
That's really good to know, because I always felt like asking for a specific table was somehow rude or too demanding, but could we have a table by the window sounds completely fine.
Precisely. Okay, you're seated. The server hands you the menu. Now, what do you do if you don't understand something on the menu? Because menus can be genuinely confusing, even for native speakers.
Okay, so you're sitting down, menu is in front of you, and honestly, sometimes I just stare at it, hoping something obvious jumps out at me. What's the best thing to say when you genuinely have no idea what to order?
Yes, never just guess and hope for the best. The most useful phrase here is, what do you recommend? This is golden. It works in any restaurant, at any price point, in any English-speaking country. Every server loves this question, because it lets them talk about food they're proud of.
What do you recommend? That is such a good phrase, because it also buys you extra thinking time while they answer.
Exactly. You can also ask, what's the most popular dish here? Or, what's the house speciality? These are natural, and they get you genuinely useful answers. Now, if you see something on the menu and you're not sure what it is, you say, what is the, and then the dish name, like, for example, what's the lobster bisque like? Or, what's the pulled pork like? The phrase, what is it like, is asking for a description.
Oh, I love that. What's the house speciality? That sounds like something a very sophisticated person says. I'm using that from now on.
And if you have allergies or dietary requirements, this is critically important. You say, does this contain nuts? Or, is this dish suitable for vegetarians? Or, I'm allergic to shellfish. Could you tell me which dishes are safe for me? Never be embarrassed to ask this. A good restaurant will always help you.
What about if you genuinely can't figure out what a dish is? Like, there are some menu descriptions that are just a paragraph long and still somehow tell you nothing about what you're actually eating.
Yes, what is the lobster bisque like? Is the perfect phrase for that. You can ask this about any dish. And a good server will describe it clearly for you.
What's the lobster bisque like? Okay, that's simple. You're just asking for a description. That makes so much sense.
And a very useful follow-up question is, what comes with the, for example, what comes with the steak means what side dishes are included. Does that come with salad? Means, is salad included in the price?
Oh, that's really useful because sometimes you get a dish and then a mountain of chips arrives and you weren't expecting it at all.
Okay, the server comes back. It is time to actually order. This is the moment many learners panic. Let's give you the phrases right now. The most natural way to order is, I'll have the, followed by the dish name, I'll have the pasta, please. It's confident, natural, and very commonly used.
Okay, the server is looking at me. It is time to order. My brain is doing the thing where it forgets everything. What do I say?
You say, I'll have the pasta, please. That's genuinely it.
I'll have the pasta, please. That's it. That sounds so easy.
Absolutely. You can also say, could I get the salmon? Or, I'd like the chicken, please. All three, I'll have, could I get, and I'd like, are completely natural and interchangeable. The key is to always end with please. It makes an enormous difference to how you sound.
Oh, so I'll have, could I get, and I'd like are all basically the same thing.
Yes, and always add please.
The please is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, isn't it? We'll come back to that, I think.
We absolutely will. Now, what if you want to make a small change to a dish?
What if you want to change something? Like, I always want to swap something out because I don't eat certain things. Is it rude to ask?
Not at all. You say, could I have that without the onions, please? Or, is it possible to substitute the fries for a salad? Substitute means swap one thing for another. Very polite, very natural. Most restaurants are completely happy to help.
Could I substitute the fries for a salad? That's so polite. It doesn't sound demanding at all, and substitute sounds so much more natural than can you swap.
And for drinks, you say, could I get a glass of water, please? Or, what soft drinks do you have? If you want tap water, which is free in most English restaurants, you say, could we get some tap water for the table? That phrase, for the table, means for everyone sitting with you.
Tap water for the table? That is a phrase I genuinely needed, because I always felt awkward asking for free water, and I didn't know how to phrase it without sounding cheap.
Now, let's talk about during the meal, because things don't always go perfectly. What if your food hasn't arrived, and it has been a long time?
Okay, what happens if your food just doesn't arrive? Like, you've been sitting there for half an hour and nothing has happened.
You politely get the server's attention by saying, excuse me, and then, I just wanted to check on our order. It's been about 20 minutes. You are not being rude, you are being completely reasonable. And the phrase, I just wanted to check, softens it beautifully.
I just wanted to check on our order. That phrase is doing so much work. You're not complaining, you're just checking very gently. I love it.
And if something is wrong with your order, you say, excuse me, I think there may have been a mix-up with my order. Or, I'm sorry, I actually ordered the, and then the correct dish.
And if they bring you the wrong thing?
You say, excuse me, I think there may have been a mix-up. Calm, polite, no blame.
Oh, I like that. I think there may have been a mix-up. It doesn't blame anyone, it just points out a small problem very calmly, very mature.
What if you need something extra during the meal? More water, more bread, some napkins. You say, could we get some more water when you get a chance? The phrase, when you get a chance, is very polite. It tells the server there's no urgent rush.
What about if you need something extra, like more water or napkins or something?
Excuse me, could I get some extra napkins, please? Or, could we get a little more bread when you get a chance? Always excuse me first. Always please at the end.
When you get a chance, that is the most polite phrase I have ever heard. It's basically saying, no rush at all, whenever you have a free moment. Very British of you, Ashley.
Okay, you've finished your meal. Now it's time to pay. In British English, you ask for the bill, in American English, you ask for the check. You say, "Could we have the bill, please?" Or, "Excuse me, could I get the check when you're ready?"
Okay, the meal is done. It was delicious. Now I need to pay, and I always get confused here, because some people say bill and some people say check, and I never know which one to use.
Bill is British English. Check is American English. Both are completely correct.
Oh, so bill is British English, and check is American English. That actually explains a lot of confusion I've had watching American movies.
And for splitting the bill, which means dividing the cost between everyone at the table, you say, "Could we split the bill?" Or, "Can we pay separately?" Or if one person is paying for everyone, you say, "I'll get this one."
And splitting the bill, I always forget how to say this naturally. I usually just sort of gesture at everyone and say separate, which is not ideal.
"Could we split the bill?" is all you need.
Could we split the bill? That is so clean and simple. And I'll get this one for when you want to treat someone. That sounds very generous and very casual at the same time.
And tipping, gratuity is the formal word for tip. A 15% gratuity has been added to your bill, or gratuity is not included. You'll see this word on restaurant bills, especially in the United States.
Okay, talk to me about tipping because I genuinely find this stressful, like I never know how much or whether it's included or what to say.
If the service was good, you can say, "Keep the change," when paying with cash or if paying by card. The machine will often ask if you'd like to add a gratuity.
Complimentary and gratuity, two words I have definitely seen on menus and receipts and pretended to understand. Very glad we're covering those.
Yes, the mistake segment. First, and most important mistake, saying "I want" instead of "I'd like," or "Could I have?" Saying, "I want the steak" sounds demanding and quite rude. Always say, "I'd like the steak," or "Could I get the steak, please?"
Okay, mistakes, tell me everything I'm doing wrong.
First mistake, "I want the steak." Too direct, too demanding.
Oh no, I 100% say I want the all the time. I had no idea it sounded rude. I just thought it was direct.
Second mistake, saying "give me" when ordering. "Give me the pasta" sounds very aggressive. Always replace it with "could I get?" or "I'd like."
Give me is even worse, isn't it? Yeah, I can see how that lands badly. Could I get from now on, always?
Third mistake, forgetting "please." A coffee sounds abrupt. A coffee, please, sounds polite and natural. One small word that changes the entire impression you make.
The please thing is so true, it genuinely changes everything about how you sound. One word, and suddenly you go from sounding impatient to sounding like a lovely person.
Fourth mistake, saying "I am vegetarian" instead of "I'm a vegetarian." Just like with job titles, you need the article. "I am a vegetarian." "She is a vegan."
I am a vegetarian, not I am vegetarian. Got it. Same rule as the job episode.
Exactly. Okay. Vocabulary time. First word, reservation. A noun meaning a booking made in advance to secure a table. "I have a reservation for 8 o'clock. In casual speech, people also say, "I have a booking," which means exactly the same thing.
Okay, vocabulary time. I've been collecting these all episode.
First word, reservation.
Oh, interesting. So the word reservation and booking are interchangeable in this context.
Completely interchangeable. Yes. Second word, appetizer, in British English. This is called a starter, in American English. It's called an appetizer. Shall we get some starters to share? Both words mean the same thing.
Starter versus appetizer. Okay, so if I'm in London, I say starter, and if I'm in New York, I say appetizer.
Exactly right. Third phrase, the specials, dishes that are only available that day, not on the regular menu. The server will often say, "Can I tell you about our specials today?"
The specials, I always feel slightly nervous when servers tell me the specials, because it's all spoken and fast, and I feel like I can't ask them to repeat it.
You can absolutely ask them to repeat it. Just say, "I'm sorry, could you go through those again?" Any good server will be happy to.
Obviously you can, of course you can. I'm going to start doing that immediately.
Fourth word, substitute, a verb meaning to swap one item for another. "Could I substitute the chips for a side salad?" Polite, sophisticated, and immediately makes you sound fluent.
Substitute is so elegant, so much better than can you swap.
Fifth word, complimentary, an adjective meaning provided for free, as a gift from the restaurant. The bread is complimentary. This is completely different from the word complimentary with an E, which means things that go well together.
Wait, complimentary and complimentary are two completely different words that sound identical.
Two completely different words. Yes, same pronunciation, very different meanings.
That is genuinely one of the most confusing things about English. How does anyone keep track of this?
And sixth, gratuity, the formal word for a tip. A 15% gratuity has been added to your bill. You'll see this on restaurant bills, especially in America.
And gratuity, so when you see gratuity not included on a bill in America, that means tipping is expected and not already added.
Exactly. Always worth checking before you leave.
That is very useful to know before arriving somewhere and accidentally undertipping.
Let's summarize everything we covered today. We learned how to get a table, read the menu, order food and drinks, handle problems during the meal, pay the bill, and avoid the 4 biggest mistakes. And our 6 key vocabulary words were reservation, appetizer, the specials, substitute, complimentary, and gratuity.
Okay, I feel like I could walk into any restaurant in any English-speaking country right now and completely handle myself.
That is absolutely the goal. And now, the question of the day, tell us about a time you ate out somewhere interesting. Where was it? What did you order? How was it? Try to use at least 2 phrases from today's lesson in your answer.
And I am absolutely ordering the most food possible after this episode. I have earned it.
If today's lesson was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Keep practicing these phrases out loud. The next time you eat out in English, use them. Have a wonderful day, wherever you are in the world.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. You genuinely make this whole thing worth doing. And remember, the next time you walk into a restaurant and someone asks how many, you say, "Table for 2 please," with complete confidence. You've got this. Goodbye everyone, and we will see you in the next one.